This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. This is what Jehovah told me. Go and buy a linen belt for yourself and put it around your waist. Do not dip it in water. So I bought the belt according to the word of Jehovah and put it around my waist. And the word of Jehovah came to me, and for a second time, take the belt that you bought and are wearing, and get up, go to the Euphrates, and hide it there, in a cleft of the crag. So I went and hid it by the Euphrates, just as Jehovah had commanded me. But many days later, Jehovah said to me, get up, go to the Euphrates, and take from there that belt that I commanded you to hide there. So I went up to the Euphrates and dug up the belt and took it to the place where I had hidden it. I took it from the place where I had hidden it. And I saw that. Then say to them, this is what Jehovah says. Here I am filling with drunkenness all the inhabitants of this land, the king sitting on the throne of David, the priests and the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And I will smash them against each other, fathers and sons alike, declares Jehovah. I will not show compassion or feel any sorrow or have any mercy on them. Nothing will stop me from bringing them to ruin. Hear and pay attention. Do not be haughty, for Jehovah has spoken. Give glory to Jehovah your God. Before he brings darkness and before your feet stumble on the mountains at dusk. You will hope for the light, but he will bring deep shadow. He will turn it into thick gloom. And if you refuse to listen, I will weep in secret because of your pride. I will shed many tears, and my eyes will stream with tears, because the flock of Jehovah has been carried away captive. Tell the king and the queen mother, sit in a lower place, for your beautiful crown will fall from your head. The cities of the south are shut, with no one to open them. All of Judah has been taken into exile, taken completely into exile. Raise your eyes and see those coming from the north. Where is the flock you were given, your beautiful sheep? What will you say when your punishment comes from your close friends, whom you cultivated from the start? Will not birth pains seize you like those of a woman giving birth? And when you say in your heart, why have these things befallen me? It is because of your great error, that your skirts have been stripped off, and your heels have been treated violently. Can a Cushite change his skin, or a leopard its spots? If so, then you can do good, you who are trained to do bad. So I will scatter them like straw blown by the desert wind. This is your lot, the portion that I have measured out to you, declares Jehovah. Because you have forgotten me and you trust in lies, therefore I will lift up your skirts over your face, and your shame will be seen. Your acts of adultery and your lustful neighing, your obscene prostitution on the hills in the field, I have seen your disgusting behaviour. Woe to you, O Jerusalem! How much longer will you remain unclean? This is the word of Jehovah that came to Jeremiah concerning the droughts. Judah mourns, and its gates have faded away. They sink to the ground dejected, and a cry goes up from Jerusalem. And their masters send their servants for water. They go in the water holes and find no water. They return with their vessels empty. They are ashamed and disappointed, and they cover their heads, because the ground is cracked, for there is no rain on the land. The farmers have dismayed and cover their heads. Even the doe in the field forsakes her newborn, because there is no grass. The wild donkeys stand on the bare hills. They pant for air like jackals. Their eyes fail because there is no vegetation. Although on our own errors testify against us. O Jehovah, act for the sake of your name, for the acts of ours are unfaithful, and they are many, and it is against you that we have sinned. O hope of Israel, his Saviour, in times of distress, why are you like a stranger in the land, like a traveller who stops only to spend the night? Why are you like a man who is stunned, like a mighty man who cannot save? For you are among us, O Jehovah, and your name has been called on us. Do not abandon us. This is what Jehovah says concerning this people. They love to wander about, they have not restrained their feet. So Jehovah finds no pleasure in them. Now he will remember their error and call them to account for their sins. Then Jehovah said to me, do not pray for good to come to these people. When they fast, I do not listen to their entreaties. And when they offer whole burnt offerings and grain offerings, I take no pleasure in them. For by the sword, by famine and by pestilence, I will do away with them. As this I said, alas, O sovereign Lord Jehovah, here prophets are saying to them, you will not see the sword, and famine will not come upon you, but I will give you true peace in this place. Jehovah then said to me, the prophets are prophesying lies in my name. I have not sent them, or commanded them, or spoken to them. A lying vision and a worthless divination and the deceit of their own heart is what they are prophesying to you. Therefore, this is what Jehovah says concerning the prophets who are prophesying in my name. Though I did not send them, and who say that no sword or famine will occur in this land, by sword and by famine those prophets will perish, and the people to whom they are prophesying will be cast out into the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, with no one to bury them, their wives, their sons, or their daughters, for I will pour out on them the calamity they deserve. You must speak this word to them. Let my eyes stream with tears day and night. Let them not cease, for the virgin daughter of my people has been completely crushed and broken. With an extremely severe wound, if I go out into the field and look, I see those slain by the sword. And if I come into the city, I see the diseases from the famine. For both the prophet and the priest have gone around in this land that they do not know. Have you completely rejected Judah, or have you abhorred Zion? Why have you struck us so that there is no healing for us? There was a hope for peace, but nothing came good. For a time of healing, but there is terror. We acknowledge our wickedness, O Jehovah, and the error of our forefathers, for we have sinned against you. For the sake of your name, do not reject us. Do not despise us, your glorious throne. Remember and do not break your covenant with us. Can any of the worthless idols of the nations give rain? Or can the heavens send showers of rain on their own? Are you not the only one, O Jehovah, our God? And we hope in you, for you alone have done all these things. Then Jehovah said to me, even if Moses and Samuel were standing before me, I would show no favour toward this people. Drive them out before me. Let them go. And if they say to you, where should we go? You must say to them, this is what Jehovah says. Whoever is for a deadly plague, to deadly plague. Whoever is for the sword, to the sword. Whoever is for the famine, to the famine. And whoever is for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 calamities, declares Jehovah. The sword to kill, the dogs to drag away, and the birds of the heavens and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. And I will make them an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. Because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, the king of Judah, for what he did in Jerusalem. Who will show compassion to you, O Jerusalem? Who will sympathize with you? And who will stop to ask about your welfare? Who have deserted me, declares